Last Friday, Senate hopeful Angela Alsobrooks paid a visit to downtown Elkton to meet the locals. The candidate took the opportunity to address a crowd gathered at Cecil's Democratic headquarters to explain what's at stake in the November election.
I want to level set with everyone. This race is not about whether or not we like Larry Hogan, because I like Larry Hogan. I worked well with him as county executive when he was governor, but this election is answering one question and one question only. It is who should have the 51st vote. That is the only question that we are answering in this election. It is not about whether we like, and what we know is that the caucus on the other side, the Republican caucus, is led by Donald Trump. And we understand that right now the two caucuses have two completely different visions of what our country will look like. It has two different visions of what our freedoms look like. It has two different visions of how we should move forward as a country. So this Senate race is critically important.
While touring Main Street and visiting downtown business owners, Ms. Alsobrooks spoke to Cecil TV about how the issues in this election are important to young voters and to future generations.
So this election is about our freedoms, women's right to choose. It's about living free of gun violence. It's about having voting rights and real economic opportunity. And that's why this election is both important and why it's so exciting. It's work I've done over the last 27 years to ensure that the next generation will have at least as many opportunities as their parents, to have jobs with growing income, to be able to afford the cost of housing, and to be able to live in a country where their freedoms are protected and valued. And so that's why it is so important for all of our young people to get fired up and get engaged in this election, because we're building the kind of country and the kind of state that they will desire to live in, but it's going to require all of us to participate.
The candidate's visit concluded with a lunch hosted by the Cecil Democratic Party, which gave Ms. Alsobrooks another opportunity to emphasize the importance of maintaining Democratic control of the Senate.
This is for them. And so the 51st vote is going to be critically important, especially as we look at this Supreme Court. The same Supreme Court that has stacked itself with these conservative justices, the ones who overturned Roe, and the ones who have made decisions that we have just watched with our own eyes, the immunity decision that said that some of us are above the law. We looked at the Chevron decision that loosens regulations regarding our climate. We looked at them, they overturned a ban on bump stocks. The same gun that was used in Las Vegas to kill hundreds of people has the capacity to kill people. We know that they overturned that as well. And so we are looking not only at a 51st vote that will determine in the next term, we will have the opportunity to appoint 2 and as many as 3 Supreme Court justices.